And to do that, there's a few things that we're going to need to change, of course. The bridge wings need to be flush with the side of the ship. Secondly, we need to open up this A-deck promenade to make it match the aft section there. We need to rearrange these windows to make them appear like Olympic's B-deck promenade windows. And also, both Titanic and Olympic had square windows here, which is not represented in the Titanic model. Additionally, we're also going to change the tops of these lifeboats and make them white. This area here, I think it could look much better. I want to make it look more realistic as to how the ship actually looks. It needs to be a little bit more open, and also we need to have something rounded here. And the first thing we need to do is, of course, separate the ship into its 3 sections. We'll do that just by taking these pins out here. So I'm going to start by taking off these funnel cables here, and we can just loosen this whole thing on there really easily. Put that to one side, and then we can access the decks pretty easily from up here. Yeah, we can just lift up these parts here, and then we've got access to everything we need really. And you can just see here's one of the quality issues I had with this set. Yeah, I was missing one of these wall pieces. It was melted actually. I think it was in the box, but it was all melted and deformed and I couldn't use it. So I just put on some spare pieces until I can get a hold of a new one. So now that I've removed much of the superstructure, we can remove the bridge, which should just, yeah, it just comes off there like that. Here's what we're going to add. So we've got this little small 1x1 ramp. Forgive me if I get any of the names of the Lego pieces wrong. I'm not a Lego guy. This is a little 1x1 flat piece. And this is a little 1x1 like decking, whatever you call it. So we're going to, as you can see, I've already done the is that starboard side? Port side, sorry. We've already done the port side off camera. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the starboard side now. So if we just grab these things here, we can pull it up. That's it. Then we can take this off with the little tap. I'm going to put the tap back because that's going to stay there either way. I'm going to put this little square piece on top of the tap. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this off. We don't need that. And we're going to take off this 3x1 little flat piece here. Take off the 2x1 and move it also. So we're going to put the bridge wing house on there, and then we're going to put this little piece on the back. This improves the look of the ship. You could do this to the Titanic also, I think, to improve the look of it. It's not necessary, but I think it makes the side of the ship look better. And then we're going to add these back in there to replace the 3x1 and the 2x1 that were there before. Oh, I almost forgot. So actually we're going to change this area here a little bit. I don't like it because on the real ship we don't have two like supporting columns here, we just have one. That's it. I think that looks good. Now while I've got the bridge off, it's quite easy to access this area here, so I'm going to go ahead and change this. I'm going to change these for flat pieces instead of walls. There we go. Okay, so just to finish off this B deck section, we're going to put this thing here from the A deck. We've got a 1x1 flat pieces here. So we're going to go ahead and pull out these assemblies for the B deck windows. The Olympic B deck window looks something more like this. I think that's a nice look. It's quite close to what we see on Olympic. There's a little slight issue here. Actually, one more porthole here that roughly lines up with the edge of the bridge. I'm not really sure why, but this piece is just a 2x1 brick, but it seems really difficult to get off. The reason that part was so hard to get off is because it's actually a plug. I forgot when I built the original ship. But what I've noticed here is that on the real ship, there's 3 small portholes. So I can change this brick to make it 2 smaller ones, which will make it just a little bit more accurate. Now we're going to reassemble, starting with the B deck windows and all this area here, and then onto the promenade deck. You can just slide these B deck windows in. Just slide these in there. All separated. Okay, so now we've got the B deck windows back in here. It's time to reassemble the promenade deck. There we go. That's it. Okay, we need to put these flat pieces on the top now. You can start assembling the upper part of the superstructure again, the boat deck. Okay, let's get these decking pieces back on here now. So. Okay, the lifeboats is quite a simple thing we're going to do. Just got these. We've got 2 of these for each boat, and then one of these for each boat. We're just going to change the colour of the top. Let's go ahead and do that. I've made a little error. Should have left it overhanging here. But no issues. I'm just going to add a little one of these underneath to finish off that part. Just about finished with that now. We've got a little bit of an issue here. I'm going to add myself a little faucet here. Okay, a little bit difficult, but yeah, there it goes. Okay, that looks much better than before. Brilliant, I'm very happy with that. It seems just about finished to me. Let's just straighten that out a little bit there. It looks a little bit crooked. It's really stiff. Let's pull off these little hooks as it goes. Let's turn that out of the way for now. There we go. Okay, remove all of those. I was going to bring some more blocks with it. Can't get it off. Oh, there we go. Okay, so after a little bit of deliberation, I can't fit the right accurate amount of portals on there. It doesn't look right. So what I've opted to do is to just add as many as I can, keep them in space like this. I think that strikes a good balance between the amount of portholes and the scaling to try and make it more look a little bit more like a real. This is Lego after all. I think that's an improvement, and let's get everything reconstructed, so that should go there. That looks much better than before. Just move it back there so you can see. Yeah, it looks a little bit more realistic. Let's do the same with the other side. Here we go. Okay, that's it. Let's just move that out of the way so we can appreciate the beauty a little bit more. There we go. My opinion is that this looks much better than the stock Titanic. The finishing touch for the bow section, of course, will be when I print the word Olympic here on the bow.